Wonderful morning to all of you, friends. It's a lovely morning. और आज की जो सुबह है वो बहुत ही खूबसूरत होने जा रही है। कल हमने बहुत सारी बातें की जिनसे अपनी लाइफ को सुंदर बनाया जा सकता है, जिनसे हमारी लाइफ में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आ सकता है। पर केवल बातों से ही काम नहीं चलता। जब तक हम अपनी लाइफ में उन चीजों को उतार ना लें, उन चीजों को समझ ना लें, प्रैक्टिकली एक्सपीरियंस ना कर लें, तब तक हमारी लाइफ में एक एलिमेंट मिसिंग होता है। आज हम उस मिसिंग एलिमेंट की बात करेंगे। क्या आप लोग तैयार हैं उसको अनुभव करने के लिए? आज मुझे आपकी अगर हां सुनाई देगी तो मुझे लगेगा कि आप आज अनुभव करने के लिए तैयार हैं। क्या आप सबसे पूछता हूं मैं, क्या आप लोग तैयार हैं? क्या आप लोग तैयार हैं? आज एक नई मूवमेंट की शुरुआत होने वाली है, द मूवमेंट ऑफ मेडिटेशन। और ये कोई साधारण मेडिटेशन नहीं है जो हम एक्सपीरियंस करने वाले हैं। ये वो मेडिटेशन है जिसको एक्सपीरियंस करने पर हमारी लाइफ सेलिब्रेशन से भर जाती है। आर यू रेडी टू सेलिब्रेट? आर यू रेडी टू सेलिब्रेट? अगर हमारी लाइफ में एवरी मोमेंट सेलिब्रेशन बन जाए, उत्सव बन जाए, तो जहां पर भी हम जाते हैं हम उस सेलिब्रेशन वाइब्स को चारों तरफ फैला देते हैं। अब जो हम मेडिटेशन की बात करने जा रहे हैं उसको एक्सपीरियंस करने से पहले कुछ बातें ध्यान में ले लेना बहुत आवश्यक है। सबसे पहला तो ये, नंबर 1 इज डीप सरेंडर। जब हम पूरी तरह से सरेंडर कर देते हैं, हम पूरी तरह से ओपन अप हो जाते हैं, तो जितनी भी पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं जो हम एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हैं वो हमें मिलनी शुरू हो जाती है। जैसा कि कल हमने बात की थी, वी ऑल हैव इनफाइनाइट पोटेंशियल टू एक्सपीरियंस द अनलिमिटेड सोर्स ऑफ ब्लिस। आज हम उसको प्रत्यक्ष रूप से प्रैक्टिकल अनुभव करने वाले हैं। सो एवरीवन, प्लीज स्टैंड अप ऑन योर सीट्स। अपनी सीट पे सब लोग खड़े हो जाइए। और ये जो एम्प्टी स्पेस है, इस एम्प्टी स्पेस को भी हम लोग भर देंगे। तो जो लोग पीछे हैं वो यहां पर भी आ सकते हैं एम्प्टी स्पेस में। बिकॉज द कंडीशन इन दिस मेडिटेशन इज यू जस्ट हैव टू बी फ्री, यू जस्ट हैव टू बी ओपन, और आपके पास थोड़ा सा स्पेस हो जिससे आप थोड़ी अगर बॉडी मूवमेंट्स करनी हो तो आप वो मूवमेंट्स कर सके। तो बीच में जितना भी स्पेस दिख रहा है आप उसको यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं। यू कैन यूज दिस स्पेस। जस्ट टेक लिटिल बिट गैप। इतना गैप ले लेंगे सब। दिस मच गैप इज इनफ सो दैट यू कैन जेंटली मूव एंड डू सम एक्टिविटी। जितने भी पीछे लोग हैं सब आगे आ जाएंगे so that you also become part of our today's wonderful meditation which we are going to experience. Now the activity which we are going to do is very powerful. अब जो हम करने जा रहे हैं वो बहुत पावरफुल है, लेकिन उस पावरफुल एक्टिविटी को एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए आपको पूरी तरह से फोकस होना होगा। जब आप पूरी तरह से फोकस हो जाते हैं तो जो पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं जो हम अभी एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हैं उसके लिए हम रेडी हो जाते हैं। और सबसे पहले एक विल पावर चाहिए। विल पावर टू एक्सपीरियंस और वो विल पावर तब आती है जब हम अपने मन से, किसी और के लिए नहीं, अपने मन से अपने लिए ही यस बोलते हैं। 3 बार हम लोग यस बोलेंगे, और जब हम यस बोलेंगे तो उस यस में एक डीप कमिटमेंट होगी हमारे खुद के लिए। यस, यस, यस। क्लैप फॉर योरसेल्फ। नाउ इज द टाइम टू एक्सपीरियंस द अननोन। जो अभी तक एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया गया है, अब हम उसको एक्सपीरियंस करने वाले हैं। जेंटली यू मे क्लोज योर आईज। धीरे से अपनी आंखें बंद कर लेंगे। एंड डीप इनहेलेशन एंड डीप एक्सहेलेशन। पूरी सांस अंदर लेंगे और पूरी सांस बाहर छोड़ेंगे। विथ फुल इंटेंसिटी, विथ फुल प्रेशर, इनहेल एंड एक्सहेल। पूरी सांस अंदर और पूरी सांस बाहर। ऐसा कंटिन्यूसली करते रहेंगे, कंटिन्यूसली करते रहेंगे। बिना रुके श्वास को अंदर आने देंगे और बिना रुके श्वास को बाहर जाने देंगे। सांस लेने में और छोड़ने में जरा सा भी गैप ना हो। कीप इनहेलिंग एंड कीप एक्सहेलिंग। सांस अंदर लेंगे, सांस बाहर देंगे। कीप इनहेलिंग, कीप एक्सहेलिंग। कंटिन्यूसली करते रहेंगे, नॉन स्टॉप, विदाउट स्टॉपिंग। Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And just feel the drums. ये जो ड्रम का साउंड है, इसको अपने अंदर फील करेंगे। Feel the drum beats in each and every part of your body. अपने सिर से पांव तक एक एक बॉडी पार्ट में इस ड्रम साउंड को एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे, इसको फील करेंगे। Let the drum sound enter into your being. This is the most important sound therapy in this whole world. So just be open and experience. Feel the drum beats and let the drum beats enter into your whole being. And with these beats, you can experience the flow. If your hand wish to move, let your hands move. If your body wish to move, just shake your body. If your legs wish to shake, just shake your legs. Now, the second most important thing is to let go of all the stress, all the negativity from your body, all the complexity from your body. The activity which we are going to do just now, it will remove all the negativity and stress which you have accumulated in your body. किसी भी कारण से अगर हमारे शरीर में कोई स्ट्रेस है, कोई फिजिकल पेन है, कोई मेंटल इमोशनल ट्रॉमा है, इस एक्टिविटी के माध्यम से हम उसको रिलीज करेंगे। जब मैं 3 की गिनती गिनूंगा, उस 3 की गिनती तक आप पूरे तैयार हो जाए। Shake your body, move your body, start jumping. Yes, yes, yes. Help your friends also, those who are around you. जो आपके साथ में दोस्त हैं, उनके साथ जंप करेंगे, उनको सपोर्ट करेंगे, उनको हेल्प करेंगे. When we do this collectively, it has a great impact. Just do it collectively. अपने फ्रेंड्स का ग्रुप बना लेंगे और साथ में करेंगे. Start jumping and clapping together. Raise the sound of your claps. Now I am coming to you and I will give you energy, the divine cosmic energy, so that you can experience that bliss which is missing. Raise the vibration of your claps. Raise the vibrations. Yes, raise it. And with claps, just say yes to life. Yes, 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 yes. Raise the voice and keep on saying yes with every clap. Yes, 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 yes. This is the bliss which we are going to experience in the next moment. Keep on clapping and shake your body. Shake your body. The more you shake, the more you will experience the positive energy in your body. Start clapping and shake your body. Yes. 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 This yes means yes to life. This yes means yes to celebration. This yes means you are ready to experience what you have not experienced. Yes. 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 Now do something beautiful. जो आपके सामने पार्टनर खड़े हैं, just turn your face towards them. जो आपके साथ पार्टनर खड़े हैं, उनकी तरफ फेस कर लो. अब एक थर्ड मूवमेंट करने वाले हैं. Just face towards your partner. Face towards your partner. And look into their eyes. Now the fun begins. Look into their eyes. And when I will say 3, just start clapping. 1, 2, 3. Raise the claps. This row is doing so beautiful. Raise the claps. They are also doing amazing. पीछे वालों को सीखना चाहिए आगे वालों से. अब क्लैप लेंगे दोनों एक साथ. Yes. 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 अब हाथ ऊपर कर लेंगे. हाथ ऊपर कर लेंगे. हाथ ऊपर. दोनों हाथ ऊपर. और आंखों में देखते हुए. कौन कौन है जो आंखों में नहीं देख रहा है? Don't hesitate. You are free today. Just be open and become free. Now clap with your partners. Yes. 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 Feel the power. पावर को फील करेंगे. उस शक्ति के साथ. Feel your energy and feel your partner's energy. And combine both the energies together. And look into their eyes. Yes. 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 This is a big yes to life. This is a big yes to celebration. Yes. 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 सबके. कॉलेज की शुरुआत हो रही है. लाइफ की शुरुआत हो रही है. ऐसे डल हो के कौन लाइफ एंजॉय करता है? कॉलेज को अगर पूरा एंजॉय करना है तो फन तो होना चाहिए. होना चाहिए या नहीं? यस. With every clap, yes to life. With every clap, yes to celebration. With every clap, yes to love. Are you ready to love? Those who are ready to love, just show me your love. Yes. 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 करने के साथ साथ हम थोड़ा सा मूव भी करेंगे. एक बार ऐसे और एक बार ऐसे. 2, 3, begin. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Now let's do one amazing thing. अपने फोन्स निकालो सब और उसकी टॉर्च जला दो और हाथ कर लो ऊपर. Yes. 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 अब हम yes बोलेंगे जोर जोर से at the count of 3 and I am doing live. Yes. 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 Now we will shout together. Yay! Yay! अब सब बोलेंगे I love you. I love you. I You know, when we love ourselves, then the whole world become beautiful. So are you ready to love? आज एक चीज सीख लेते हैं लाइफ में. हमेशा लोग बोलते हैं don't hate. I simply reject this statement. I say just love. इसको 3 बार बोलते हैं. Just. Clap for yourself. Now, sit in silence. Close your eyes. And just be aware of your breath. Focus on your breath. Just be aware of your breath. Inhale and exhale. Allow your mind to relax. And just become very light, very empty, very meditative. Observe each and every sound in your environment. Just feel your body. Feel the space around you. And be aware of each and every sound which you are listening. The sounds which are coming from far away. And be aware of every minute activity. Every minute moment, just be aware of it. And simply just observe without any judgment. Just watch yourself. And focus on your breath. Inhale and exhale. When you inhale, just watch. When you exhale, just watch. Every breath will make you more and more relaxed, more and more calm, more and more light, more and more lively. To experience the liveliness, just be available. Just be available. Inhale and exhale. Life is happening in this moment. Forget everything and become baggage free. Whatever has happened in life, just let go. Even whatever has happened in this very morning, just let go. And become available to this moment, which is a gift, which is a possibility. And just see what happens. and exhale from your mouth. Inhale from your nose and exhale from your mouth. Do this 10 times. Inhale, exhale. And when you inhale, just feel the positive energy in your body. And when you exhale, just let go of all the baggage. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now sit in silence for 10 seconds. 10 सेकंड के लिए बिल्कुल शांत मौन होकर बैठ जाएंगे. With a deep breath, with a smile on your face, just bring smile on your face, and a deep love in your heart. Very gently you can open your eyes. How you are feeling? Let's ask, what's your name?
Shrikant. It's feeling good, like refreshed and all. In the morning time, we are doing this before the program.
Thank you. You come. What's your name?
रचयिता. नमस्ते सर, मेरा नाम रचयिता है एंड थैंक यू सो मच. और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. एक्चुअली सुबह मेरे पेट में बहुत दर्द हो रहा था और अब नहीं है.
Thank you so much. See, I told you, there is a miraculous power in this activity. She was having her stomach pain, and now she is feeling much and much relaxed. Wonderful. Who would like to share? We'll take 2, 3. Who would like to come and share? You?
Hello.
It was nice. बहुत अच्छा लगा, relaxed, peaceful लगा. And हाँ.
हेलो सर, माई सेल्फ वैष्णवी. सर मैं ना म्यूज़ियम में बैठी थी, आपका आवाज़ सुना तो मैं फिर से भाग के आ गई. मैं कल पूरी एनर्जेटिक हो गई थी, पूरा बोर हो गई थी फर्स्ट से चालू हुआ था तो. और फिर बाद में ना आपने जो सारे एक्टिविटीज़ करवाए तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, फ्रेश हो गई. और अभी मैं उधर म्यूज़ियम में ही बैठी थी, फिर से भाग के चली आ गई आपका आवाज़ सुना तो.
Thank you very much.
Huge round of applause for Vaishnavi.
A huge
So
round of
this is-
applause to Honorable Sri Shivam sir. Thank you very much, all the students, all the participants for this very blissful and enthusiastic and pleasant and delightful session. And I'm sure
Clap for
that
yourself. Clap for yourself.
yes, once again a huge round of applause, and we are indeed grateful to
Thank you. Thank you
Honorable
so
Sri
much.
Shivam sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
very
so much. And
Thank you
with
so
this, lots of love and blessings to all of you. आज का हम सेशन यहीं पे विराम करते हैं. And I'm sure इस जर्नी को हम यहाँ पे खत्म नहीं कर रहे हैं, बल्कि यहाँ से हम शुरू कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
So,
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We are indeed honor to have you here. And we are going to continue this excitement and all other sessions. And we are really privileged and honored to have Honorable Professor Dilip Ukeji, a great lawyer and a very distinguished personality in law and judiciary, who is Vice Chancellor of one of the top schools, law schools in India, Maharashtra National University, Mumbai. And may I request Honorable Dilip Ukeji to be on the stage. I request Dr. Mahesh Sopade, sir, to accompany. I also request Dr. Sapna Dev, Dean of Law School, Honorable Dr. Sudarshan Sanab. May I request Honorable Sri Sharan Mali, sir, Dr. Neelvarna, sir, also accompany all the dignitaries on the days. I request all the students, please have a huge, huge round of applause to welcome our guest, Honorable Professor Dilip Ji Uke, Vice Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for joining with us today and interacting with our students on one of the very important and essential topic.
Let us begin the program with a world peace prayer, not defining any caste, creed, or a religion, but praying to the Almighty to bring a peace to the world. I request you all to rise in your seats for the world peace prayer.
प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवातुति गणेषु लार्थमति प्रकाशु मणे निवृत्तिदासु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु महेश्वरः तस्मै पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and dear audience, we are indeed very privileged to welcome all the dignitaries today. Let us felicitate them on this occasion. We are honored to have with us our chief guest, Professor Dr. Dilip Uke, the Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai. We request our technical team to play AV on him.
Professor Dr. Dilip Uke is the Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai. Before Mumbai, he served as the Pro Vice Chancellor and briefly as the Acting Vice Chancellor of SRTM University, Nanded, and Professor and Head of the Department at Department of Law, Pune University. In the past, he was appointed as a visiting research fellow by New South Wales University, Sydney, Australia, and awarded UGC fellowship to visit France. Though he is a person of law and his field is legal education, he has keen interests in other disciplines like science, environment, information technology, journalism, commerce, economics, etc. As a member of Management Council, he had mooted the idea of School of Animation and Communication including radio and TV. He desires to continue his efforts of radical yet long-standing transformations in academic administration, legal education, and making the education user-friendly to society. He holds a master's and PhD degree from Nagpur University. He has been awarded with multiple awards such as Shiksha Ratna Puraskar in 2007, Best Citizens of India in 2009, Best Law Accommodation in 2019, and many more. We are honored to have such an eminent personality among us today.
I request Dr. Mahesh Chopde, Registrar of MIT-ADT University, Dr. Sudarshan Sanap, Dean of MIT SOES, will now present a movement and bouquet to Dr. Dilip Uke, Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University.
Can we please have a huge round of applause?
Please welcome with your huge round of applause, Honorable Asim Sarodi ji. Once again, huge round of applause to welcome Honorable Asim Sarodi ji to join with us for this program. A great human rights and law defenders advocate from Pune, Honorable Asim Sarodi ji. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
We take great pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Asim Sarodi, a renowned advocate for human rights and law defenders in Pune. We request our technical team to play an AV on him.
Mr. Asim Sarodi is born and brought up in rural Maharashtra. He is a graduate in arts, law certificate and diploma in communication journalism. He began his career by working to provide free legal aid to under-trial prisoners from the Yerwada Central Jail. He also provides free legal aid for sex workers victimized under the Immortal Trafficking Prevention Act, set up the volunteer and student-driven legal wing of the Sahyog Trust, the Human Rights and Law Defenders. He is the only male who has received the Marxist Fellowship to work on women's rights issues. He is a recipient of the Nehru Yuva Puraskar. He was selected as a Yuva Star by the BBC for his work in HIV/AIDS and law for their program Haath Se Haath Milana. He was one of the 3 finalists from Pune in the Times of India's Lead India campaign. He is a recipient of the Citadel Award for Achievement in Social Fields. The Junior Chamber India honored him by awarding the Outstanding Youth of the Year for his constant work on social change. We are honored to have such an eminent personality among us today.
I request all the dignitaries to felicitate him.
Can we have a huge round of applause for him?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of gathering here to discuss an essential aspect of our nation's identity, Constitution of India. In this age of enlightenment and progress, it becomes even more critical to sensitize young minds about the significance of this sacred document that shapes the very foundation of the democracy. The Constitution of India, adopted on January 26, 1950, is not merely a set of laws and rules, but a visionary blueprint that guarantees the rights and freedoms of every citizen. As we embark on this journey to empower you, our young minds, with knowledge, we aim to instill a sense of pride and responsibility in them towards their role.
Without further ado, I would like to invite our first guest speaker to the stage, Honorable Professor Dr. Dilip Uke. We are truly honored to have you share your expertise and thoughts on sensitizing the minds about the Constitution of India. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Sir. A huge round of applause for him.
Registrar of MIT-ADT University, Dr. Chopre, other speaker, Advocate Asim Sarode, other office bearers of MIT-ADT University, the Dean School of Law, Dr. Sapna Dev, and dear student friends, a very happy and good morning to all of you. Just a few minutes before, you have had some physical exercises. Thereafter, some mental exercises also. Now let us have some intellectual exercise. At the outset, I thank MIT-ADT University for inviting me to interact with you on such occasion. Moreover, I congratulate you all for securing admission here in different disciplines and different courses, embarking your academic journey henceforth for 3 years, 2 years, or whatsoever the period is all about. I'm really happy to know that in an induction program, theme was kept on knowing nuances, minor nuances about, or basic nuances about the Constitution of India. One may wonder that, you may also wonder that you might have been taken admission for engineering, computer science, management, and other courses. What is the need? Where is the need? What is the relevance to have this session about Constitution? Dear friends, all of us are citizens of this country. Not only citizens of this country, particularly the members of this civil society. And being the members of this civil society, as well as citizens of this country,
all of us being governed by the law, that is the Indian Constitution or Constitution of India, we ought to know, we must know by which law and to what extent, in which way we are being governed by that law. And hence, I really appreciate and congratulate MIT-ADT University for having a session about the Constitution. Just yesterday, I was sharing my few thoughts with the Executive President as well as the Vice Chancellor of this university, Dr. Mangesh Karad sir, wherein I did mention that in Pune University, it was way back in 2000 itself, we have adopted the resolution to impart the knowledge or information of the Indian Constitution to all the disciplines at graduate level, cutting across the subjects. However, though it was adopted, that was not implemented as such. Whereas here in MIT-ADT University, that is being followed, and I must appreciate that this endeavor will go a long way to inculcate the values, the principles which are ingrained in the Constitution of India amongst all of you. What is the document? As it has been pointed out that it is not mere the law as such. It is not merely the supreme law of the country. What it contains the aspirations, it contains the vision, it contains the demands, wants, desires of the people of this particular country. Whenever the Constitution is to be framed, whenever the Constitution is to be drafted, at that point, at that juncture, the social, economic, political, and regional, all other conditions which exist are to be taken into account by the constitutional framers, and that's how the Indian Constitution has been framed, Indian Constitution was drafted. Dear friends, then Constituent Assembly worked towards more than 2 years to draft this Constitution, which is the lengthiest Constitution by size in the world, having 395 provisions, having 395 articles, 22 parts, and 12 schedules. Look at this document, as I've said, that it is not merely the supreme law of the land. What it does, we ought to know. The first and foremost job, object of any constitution, not only Indian Constitution, is to create the state. We say India, where it is. That state has been created by the first provision itself, India, that is Bharat. It is named. The first object of any constitution is to create the state, which has been created by this constitution. Having created the state and then the government machineries, then thereafter to run the government, to organize affairs of day-to-day lives of the society, of the country, it is also necessary to create organs of the government. And that's how organs of the government have been created by the Constitution, under the Constitution and by the Constitution. That is, firstly, legislature, which job is to enact the laws. Secondly, executive, whose task is to implement those laws. And thirdly, judiciary, to interpret those laws whenever the disputes arise or arises. So firstly, to create the state, having created the state, then the government, and then the organs of the government, which have been created, legislature, executive, and judiciary. Having created those organs, it is also necessary to assign the functions, which organ shall do what. So third object is to assign the functions. So law-making power, law-making function has been assigned to the legislature, administrative function has been assigned to the executive, and adjudicative function has been assigned to the judiciary. So 3 organs, 3 different functions. Having assigned the functions, then it becomes necessary how to discharge those functions. Hence, to discharge those functions, it is necessary to have the powers. Therefore, the next object is to confer the powers upon those organs. Hence, lawmaking power have been conferred upon the legislature. Administrative power have been conferred upon the executive, and adjudicative powers have been conferred upon the judiciary. As we know, at central level, the parliament is there. At state level, state legislatures are there who have lawmaking functions. At central level, central government headed by the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister, which has the executive power. At state level, the State Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister has the executive power. And then the judiciary. At central level, it is the Supreme Court of India. At state level, high courts, and then subordinate judiciary to interpret those laws. So powers have been conferred upon each organ to discharge those functions which have been assigned by the Constitution to those organs. It is called as separation of powers. We have somewhat a kind of a mixed blend of a unitary and parliamentary features. So division of powers or distribution of powers between the central government and the state government. Some powers are assigned to the parliament to make laws as per the constitution. Some powers have been assigned to the state legislature to make laws likewise. Having assigned those powers, then also it is necessary, as all of us are well aware, that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Hence, it is also equally important, not only important, equally important to limit those powers. Placing stipulations, restrictions, or limitations of those powers also is a key for the preservance of rights as well as the governance, good governance. And that's why, though lawmaking power is available to the legislature, either to the parliament or to the state legislature, it is not an absolute power. Those powers have been limited. Though administrative executive powers are available with the central as well as state executive, those powers are not absolute, they are also limited. Similarly, even judicial powers, adjudicative powers which have been conferred upon the judiciary, either Supreme Court, High Court or subordinate courts, they have not been unlimited, absolute, they are also limited. So limitations to be imposed upon the power, that has also been done by the Constitution. Let us look at what Constitution did, what Constitution does. It creates the state, having created the state, creates the government, having created the government, then creates the organs of the government, having created the organs of the government, assigns functions to those organs, each organ having assigned functions to those organs. To discharge those functions, it is necessary primarily, how is the structure of our governance of this country? What Indian Constitution, when it was enacted and when it was enforced, what was aspired then? So, in the beginning itself, in the preamble, it is called as the preamble of the Constitution. Preamble of the Constitution contains what is there provided subsequently in the Constitution as such. What preamble of the Indian Constitution says that? Who has made this Constitution? Who has provided this Constitution? And for it has been provided, as it begins with the preamble of the Indian Constitution. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure for all its citizens justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and promoting amongst them all fraternity and dignity of individuals in this constant and unity and integrity of the nation. In this Constituent Assembly on 26th day of November 1949, we do hereby adopt, enact, and give ourselves this Constitution. I believe that every year on 26th November, each of educational institution, be it a college or be it a university or be it an institute, reads the preamble of the Constitution collectively. Being the citizen of this country, we must know what is contained in the preamble of the Constitution, how our structure is, how our country is, or what it stands for, what is being provided to us. It is as provided under the preamble of the Constitution, that it is sovereign, it is socialist, it is secular. You can understand the meaning. This is not an occasion wherein we can go in details of all those things. And then what it provides for justice, social, economic, as well as political. Then liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Equality of status as well as an opportunity. No one shall be discriminated on whatsoever the grounds which are there, which were existence. And then fraternity, assuring the dignity of individuals and unity and integrity of the country. This Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949, was adopted on 26 November 1949, and it came into force on 26th January 1950. That we call it as Republic Day. So was adopted on 26th November and was enforced on 26th January 1950. 26th November 1949 and 26th January 1950. Whatever has been contained in the preamble, in the form of those concepts or in the form of those philosophy, justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, or equality of status and of opportunity. It has been translated into the material provisions of the Constitution, either in Part 3 in the form of fundamental rights, or in Part 4 in the form of, as it is called, as directive principles of state policy. As Part 3 provides for the fundamental rights, either it runs from Article 14, equality, freedom of equality, right to equality, 15, 16, which prohibits the discriminations on whatsoever the grounds, general as well as even in an employment. One must know what kind of a atmosphere, what kind of conditions which were existing then when country has got an independence. What kind of a social structure, what kind of economic structures which were there. Caste system was rampant then, and that's what the reason why the constitutional provision were to be enacted the way it were enacted. And then our own fundamental rights like speech and expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of movement within the territory of India, residence to reside anywhere, or business, profession, trade. Those are the freedoms, those are the fundamental rights primarily. Moreover, one key provision of the Constitution about fundamental rights is, that is Article 21, wherein right to life and personal liberty has been provided. You as a young generation generally claim a right to privacy. It is my right to privacy. That right to privacy, which is not there otherwise provided under Article 21, yet it was evolved by way of an interpretation by the Supreme Court in 2017. There are several such rights, certain such fundamental rights, which are not there explicitly in the Constitution. Nevertheless, by way of an adjudication, by way of an interpretation, Supreme Court has added or interpreted or have evolved those fundamental rights. Whenever there is a violation of fundamental rights, one can approach either to the High Court or even directly to the Supreme Court also. As I am aware that there are some questions which are to be undertaken hereafter in question-answer session. Some of the other concepts might be cleared, whatever the doubts you have now. This is not the subject which can be discussed or explained in half an hour or an hour, and moreover, as I know that all are not law students, hardly few might have been there law students. Yet, as a citizen of the country, as I have said, that we must know that Constitution stands for what? Any law enacted by any legislature, any rule made by any authority, any body, including the government, including the executive, must be in consonance with the Constitution. It ought not to be contrary to the Constitution. Any rule, any law, any act which violates, which takes away any of the right, either fundamental rights guaranteed under Part 3 of the Constitution, or there are certain statutes, there are certain acts which provide for those rights. If it is violated, then one can approach to the court, any court, competent court as such. So that enforcing machinery, enforcing mechanism also has been provided for. In view of this, it becomes necessary that we talk about rights, we know much about rights, we are obsessed with our rights. Because of the paucity of time, I won't dwell upon each and every aspect of this. Usually we say, this is my right, whichever, right to speak, right to privacy, right to move, right to reside, whichever it is. But we also must know at the same time, as rights are provided, which are fundamental, similarly, even duties are also provided, which are also fundamental. Part 4A of the Constitution, which was inserted by way of 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, contains those fundamental duties. Earlier there were 12 duties, that's why they were labeled as 10 commandments like. And now 2 more were added into those list of 10. In view of this, it is also necessary that even though rights are provided, no right is an absolute. Every right is to be exercised within the defined limits or limitations as provided for. Though freedom of speech and expression, you cannot start exercising your freedom of speech and expression when your teacher is conducting a lecture, taking your lecture. Expression also connotes it is in a wider way. Even your dance comes within the purview of expression. When lecture is going on, you might say that it is my freedom of speech and expression. No. That's why no right is an absolute first and foremost. Every right is to be exercised within the defined limits as such. That is one. And secondly, at the same time, the duties are also there. Duties to respect national anthem, duty to respect the tricolor, national flag, all other duty to respect each other. That's how the Constitution is tried to be read, Constitution tried to be understood, and Constitution is tried to be followed as such. When Constitution was enforced and now, of course, there is a change. As it was said even then, that what is constant in this universe, not only in legal system, what is constant in this universe is only the change. What is constant is the change. Because as time progresses, time changes, wants, demands, desires, aspirations, needs of that society at that particular point of time also undergo change. Constitution being a supreme document, Constitution as it contains aspirations, wants of the society, of the generations. When time changes, those desires also undergo change. Hence, accordingly, the provisions of the Constitution also have to undergo change. And that's why the provision is there under the Constitution which enables, which provides to amend the Constitution or to change the provision of the Constitution suitably. If that doesn't happen, if there is no amendment carried out to change the provision of the Constitution or provisions of the Constitution, then other mode is that the judiciary, particularly the highest court of the land, that is Supreme Court of India, in its power, adjudicatory power, comes out, evolves, and changes by way of an interpretation of that provision or by way of addition or by way of deletion or by way of modification of any of the provision of the Constitution. So we must know that Constitution, once it was enacted then and came into force on 26 January 1950, on this day in 2023, 8th August 2023, it is the same, no. It was changed several times, more than 104 times, and even judiciary, even though changes were not inserted, judiciary, I mean herein particularly the Supreme Court, by way of its interpretation, has inserted certain changes. And in such scenario, in such situation, it is not the provision of the Constitution which is there would be applicable. It is the decision delivered by, rather we call it, it is not the decision delivered by, it is the law declared by the Supreme Court is to be binding, because it is a supreme. Since Supreme Court is supreme, whatever the decision is laid down, that is binding, and that is be construed, viewed, applied, followed by law, not only by the parties involved in those matter or those cases, by all others. So Constitution contains even the decisions of the Supreme Court. Dear friends, as I am conscious enough about your time as well as your interest, I do not wish to commit a trespass, legal or otherwise, about the timing as well as your interest. As you are young, not only physically, by way of an ideas, you are fortunate one to be admitted here in this MIT-ADT University, pursuing your academic as well as making your career. I know well that you are here not only to obtain the degree, but you are here to obtain the knowledge. And then thereafter, to utilize that knowledge to organize your own future life as well as your family. Whichever career you may pursue, you may follow subsequently. However, as this university stands for the world peace, We have recited the prayer in the beginning. I know this university when it was not an university also. Since then, more than 25 years. The kind of basic human values which they not only teach, not only preach, they try to inculcate amongst each one of you. Do you know that those human values, those basic human values, are the values which have been ingrained in the Constitution, which have been ingrained in the preamble of the Constitution, as well as other parts of the Constitution? MIT-ADT is not doing anything different. Say like, for example, the notion of humanism. We always crave for, we always try for exercising our right. And nowadays it has become a fashion. It has become fashionable to talk about, particularly young generation, to talk about right to privacy, what to wear, how to behave, how to conduct. They claim that it is their right to privacy because it has been declared as fundamental right by the Supreme Court. Might be true, but as I said that no right is an absolute, including right to privacy. Moreover, as I pointed out, that rights are coupled with duties which are there in Part 4A of the Constitution itself. Generally, what happens is that we so much overemphasize, not only emphasize, overemphasize upon, as we as lawyers, upon justice, liberty, and equality. Only three things. We call it as a golden triangle, troika: justice, liberty, and equality. Rather, your school of law is known as, has been named as School of Law and Justice. But whether emphasis upon only these three, justice, liberty, and equality, is enough, is sufficient, or something is also necessary or essential. There is a fourth element, there is a fourth component in the preamble itself. I call upon each one of you to have just a glance of that, and whenever on 26th November the preamble will be read collectively, as it is mandated by UGC now, that reading of preamble is mandatory on 26th November every year. That is the notion of fraternity. What is fraternity? I know that mostly all of you must have had come from different states, different regions, different religions, so on and so forth. Are they the boundaries? Whether the religion, region, or caste, are they the boundaries between human being and human being? That's what rather the notion of fraternity is all about. Fraternity is nothing but the common brotherhood. Read that. Promoting amongst them all fraternity and assuring the dignity of individuals. This is no longer merely the philosophy. This is no longer merely a principle. This is no longer merely a provision ingrained in the preamble, but rather which has been translated in the form of fundamental duty under Article 51, capital A, small e. Read that. It is a fundamental duty, it is a duty which is also fundamental, to treat each other with equal human dignity, not only with human dignity, equal human dignity with equal human respect. Who will assure the dignity? Is it a job of the state? Is it the job of the university? Is it the job of the parliament, legislature, Supreme Court, High Court, or the government? Or is it our own job? As the notion of fraternity which is there, ingrained in the preamble, which has been made as a fundamental duty in the year 1976, which stands for nothing but a common brotherhood. Why can't we treat each other? Follow the Constitution. Constitution is not meant. I hope that this address about the Constitution doesn't have only the theoretical purpose. There must have been some reasoning. There must have been some object. There must have been some thought because of which the lecture on or address about the Constitution must have been designed as such. And to my mind, if it is so, and it must have been so, then the basic aim of this address is to inculcate those basic human values amongst all. Values of fraternity, value of common brotherhood, which is also a duty, but we don't bother about our duties. Only we are obsessed with our rights, which are fundamental ones. Because they are enforceable, duties are not enforceable. For non-adherence of duty, which is fundamental, one cannot go to the court. But for violation of fundamental rights, one can go to the court. Nevertheless, Supreme Court itself has observed in some of the cases that time has come, time has arrived to really have a relook upon enforceability or non-enforceability of fundamental duties also. Dear friends, since this university itself stands for humanism, this university itself stands for human values, basic human values, this university stands for notion of fraternity ingrained in the preamble as well as the provisions of the Constitution. It is not only your fundamental duty provided under the Constitution, it is your dharma. It becomes your dharma, moral or otherwise, to adhere to those basic human values. I would say lastly, while concluding, that why such kind of discriminations occur? Why such kind of injustices happen? Why does such kind of violence, aggression occur? Tussle, fightings amongst you occur. It's one simple reason. I did say so on record on some occasions in Pune as well as elsewhere. You talk about human rights. Why there is rampant violation of human rights? Why there is a rampant violence in the country? See, other part of the country, northeast, is burning. Why it happens? Why we treat each other with disrespect, with jealousies, with hatred, with ill will? It is just because of one reason. And that reason is that we have studied during our school days the theory of evolution as propounded by Darwin. Darwin's evolution theory, accordingly, we started from one single cell amoeba to came to this stage, this avatara in this human form. Earlier we were chimpanzee also. Those two legs were disappeared, converted into two hands, tail was disappeared, hair disappeared, and this human body, we came into his human form. However, unfortunately, what happened that those instincts of all those animals remain in the human body. Remain in this human body. To bark is not the duty, is not the quality of a human being, it is the quality of a dog. Yet, human being barks upon human beings. To bite is not the duty, is not the quality of a human being, it is the quality of a snake. Still, human being bites human being. To kill is not the quality or duty of human being, it is the duty or quality of a tiger or lion. Yet, human being kills human being. And it is because those animal instincts, you open the newspaper every day morning, somewhere violence, somewhere rapes, killings, on first page itself. Discriminations, tortures, Why it happens? It happens, why? Because of these things. Why? Even the female fetuses are being removed. Are they not human beings? Is it not a killing? Is it not a discrimination? Is it not a murder otherwise to throw out the female, if it is a girl child, throw out the fetus? And who indulge in that? Doctors. Moreover, female doctors. If you have watched Amir Khan's program earlier, Satyameva Jayate, I happened to watch one. In that program, Satyameva Jayate, one lady doctor appeared. A doctor was lady, mother-in-law lady, husband was doctor, father-in-law doctor, whole family was doctor's family. She narrated the instance there on record that she gave a birth to a girl child. Mother-in-law did not like, grandmother did not like. A mother-in-law, a grandmother who is a doctor, what she should do, she kept a girl child in one pram one day, staying on 4th floor or 3rd floor, and took out the granddaughter just under the pretext to take her around in the evening time, and kicked out that pram so that girl child shall be killed. Dear friends, Constitution, Supreme Court, Parliament, government, it is not that. It is our own human conscience. And that's why those basic human values, what right they have to call themselves as a doctor? What right they have to call as a grandmother? Fortunately, that girl child was saved. And that lady had to quit the family for the sake of a girl child. Take a pride to have a rich cultural heritage. Are we really educated? We may have degrees obtained. You may obtain the degrees. You may amass the wealth. What is the use of that wealth? What is the use of those degrees? What is the use of that formal education? What we need today is not the knowledge-based education. We need today value-based education. And that value-based education would be possible only then when MIT-ADT university-like institution added to pursue, preach, teach, imbibe, inculcate those basic values amongst all of you. And I am confident, not only hopeful, that that's what rather MIT-ADT stands for. Moreover, the new addition in the form of School of Law and Justice will really try to deliver justice in the form of human justice to everybody. With this, I conclude and thank the management and all of you for giving patient hearing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence, sir. After such enlightening and thought-provoking speech, we extend our sincerest gratitude, sir, for a session that has broadened our horizons.
We are now delighted to have Dr. Sapna Dev, Dean, School of Law and Justice, who will steer the discussions and ensure it's from our esteemed speakers. Without further ado, I kindly request ma'am and Advocate Asim Sarodi sir to please come on the stage.
Good morning, one and all. Thank you, Professor Dr. Uke, sir, for delivering an insightful session on constitutional rights and duties for our students. Thank you, Asim, sir, for your gracious presence in MIT-ADT University. As we move forward, sir, our students have questions which is concerning regarding their violation of their day-to-day rights. And I stand here on behalf of our students, and I take a privilege requesting panel discussion for few queries on behalf of our student. So first, to Professor Dr. Uke sir, I will not take the name of student, but I just want to take a privilege to ask, as a student, do I have any rights under Indian constitutional law or any other laws if someone records my phone calls or my voice without my consent? What legal measures can I take to protect my privacy and myself if such incidents occur? Asim sir, you can join us.
As we see in the court many times in husband-wife relationship, there are rifts and there are some communications recorded without knowledge of husband or wife. So they either, one of them, they record something, they take screenshots, they take videos of each other when they are staying or residing in one house. But that was very rift relationship between them. And in such situations, considering the intention that wife or husband, they want to create some evidences against each other to show the court that they are facing cruelty. In such situations, I think considering the intention, recording is very valuable evidence, though it should be corroborated because it is generally a secondary evidence. But otherwise, recording without knowledge of any person, recording without consent of any person is definitely invalid and it is illegal. Even it is encroachment on right to privacy of individual, and that's why it can lead to registration of offense against any person who records any communication of anyone or with anyone without consent of that concerned person.
Sir, going to move ahead with the same, like one question is related to the same, and they're asking what legal rights do I have if my ex-boyfriend is threatening to post my intimate images on social media without my consent and using them to blackmailing me. So he's frequently blackmailing her for her photographs.
Blackmailing, like without knowing the law, you all should know that blackmailing is definitely inhuman. It is not allowed. And when it comes to blackmailing a girl, there are some specific provisions. Like in the Indian Penal Code, there is section 354, which talks about harassment, which talks about stalking, which talks about committing violence in electronic form. So online harassment or online abuse is also an offense according to amended 354 section, 354A to D. And if such any boy harasses any girl by posting or using any photographs of any girl and blackmails her, then he can land in a very big trouble, because the law is very strict now. Even stalking a girl is an offense. So stalking not only physical, but stalking online to a girl, just following her profile, commenting on it, and stalking online is also an offense. The intention in such situations becomes very important. The criminal intention of following anyone is definite violation of rights of individual. Creating fear in others' mind is definitely an element which is criminal, and so blackmailing any girl using her photographs and online stalking her is offense for sure.
Okay, okay, sir, can you just brief us what kind of preventive measures you would like to suggest to our students to take care of themselves from social media?
Don't post on social media.
Lovely, sir, lovely.
See, that is in a latter when, see the dilemma or contrast. On one hand, we claim, we say, we have a right to privacy. And on other hand, we disclose each and everything on social media. See, in some cases, where from you're going where, along with family, your travel, posted on social media. People came to know, and then there was a theft committed. Why do you want to know, why do you want that whole world should know about your journey? Whole world should know where you went, where whole world should know what you ate, with whom you ate. No, it is what it requires is a self-discipline. Right to privacy is to be a private one, not a public one. We ourselves, claim right to privacy and make several things as public under the garb of social media. It has become a kind of a fashion to post everything about ourselves on social media. So be careful what is to be posted, what is not to be posted on social media. That will take care of.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one 11th standard boy, he is having his query that his parents are monitoring him through CCTV and his monitor continuously for his studies. So is installation of home cameras for study monitoring potentials, violation of individuals' rights of right to privacy?
Absolutely not. Monitoring study by parents installing CCTV, that is not the violation of right to privacy. They are parents. They want your welfare. They want your growth, your development, and whatever the CCTV installation by the parents, it is with that goal, with that aim. So don't think that that is violation of your right to privacy. It is not at all.
Madam, I beg to differ here. Though I agree to what sir says. Intention is always important. But monitoring like this is creating definite fear in the mind of child. Then it is also against his will, his or her will. So that will and wish shall be respected. And that is the genesis of right to privacy. So only because they are parents, they are not the owner of that child. He or she is a private individual. So that ownership factor when comes, it becomes very difficult. And according to me, it is child rights violation and human rights violation. So constitution, like sir has interpreted in one aspect, I interpreted in one aspect. So constitution and constitutional values are having various dimensions because it is very closer to truth. And truth is also always having some different sides. And our both sides can complete the narrative of right to privacy.
That's what, if it is for study, then it's not.
Okay.
So for study also it is violation.
Thank you, sir. It's a time constraint. Lot of questions are with me. Still, I take a privilege to ask last two questions. One girl is continuously saying, sir, she is being followed by boys and facing offensive comments on the road. So how can we promote awareness and empower the individuals to protect themselves and seek support for such a distressing situations? This is a question by girl. I wanted to add over here from my side, if the boy is also facing the same situation, so do the men also have right and legal protection if they experience the harassment of girls? From you, sir, for awareness to both.
Second question first. Of course, boys also have the same right, definitely. If such things happen or happening, first and foremost, you shall report the matter, if it is educational institution, to the head of the institution. If it is beyond the educational institution, then if you are major or otherwise, it can be reported as advocates Asim Sarode has pointed out, that is an offense. It can be reported even to the police station, even to the police.
Yes. Anything, sir, from your side? Asim, sir.
See, nowadays having followers is considered as very good thing, you know. So somebody is following me is very like creditable for the young generation. But following with what intention makes it very important to consider whether that follower is good or bad. So the element of badness in the follower is definite violation of that other person to whom he or she is following. The boys are also having right, because nowadays girls are also following the boys, commenting on them. They do harass in college premises also, because I witnessed some of such incidences while having on some committees like this, where we are trying to make the safe environment in the college. But I think friendship is the only answer. If we know some person, we definitely will not wish to inflict some injury on that person. So friendship is the first criteria which can eliminate all these intentions which are bad. And then, you know, I think in such relationships where friendship occurs, we don't need or require any law or legal intervention. So everyone should respect dignity of every individual, space of everyone, and then there will be no issues like this, you know, to comment in a bad sense with this girl or boy.
Okay, thank you, sir. Recently, we have established our new School of Law and Justice, and we are providing free legal aid service to everyone. And in legal aid center, continuously we are receiving cases from boys also. Like, ma'am, it is not like that. She is following me, and she is sending messages. She is blackmailing me. So we should give awareness to both. But time constraints us, so I thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you all dignitaries for your presence and willingness to engage in this enlightening session, sir. I request Kaushi to hand over it. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we draw to close, on this insightful panel discussion, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Professor Dr. Dilip Uke, Advocate Asim Sarode, for sharing their profound knowledge and valuable experience with us. Your respective perspectives have truly enriched our understanding of the subject, and we are grateful for your presence today.
A deeper appreciation for the Constitution of India and its roles in our lives. Let's carry the knowledge we have acquired today with us as we navigate the journeys as students and citizens. A big thank you to our esteemed speakers for sharing their wisdom with us. The journey of knowledge continues, and now it's our pleasure to hand over the reins to Dr. Mohit Dubey, CEO, Atul Incubation Center, and Dr. Nachiket Thakur, Director, Institute of Design, who have a very interesting session lined up for you next. ADT Got Talent.